So today I've got some transplanting and dividing to do. Ignore the ducks, please. I have gone into my garden and I have dug this plant here, and this is called St. John's wort. And St. John's wort is a medicinal plant, and I encourage you to look it up and check out all its medicinal qualities and how to use it. Today, I'd like to show you how to divide and transplant. I'm going to be transplanting into pots, but you can just divide and transplant around the garden or into a bag and send it off to a friend's house. Whatever is good for you is what you should do. So all I've used is a shovel or a spade. You can also use a digging fork to get this plant out of the ground. It has pretty shallow roots, and it roots in relatively easily. So anywhere that the plant stem hits the ground, like there, you can see that it's putting out some roots. And from there, it'll continue on growing and then hitting the ground, putting out more roots, growing, hitting the ground, putting out more roots. So this is a great plant for sharing. So what I have been doing is teasing apart the roots from these, soil clumps. So that's a really good one there that I might want to divide into a couple pieces. But here, we can see some pulling it out. There's a lot of opportunity here. So here's a little clump here that I can separate from the group or the root just with a little pinch. Can't do it left-handed very well, but there we go. So I've pinched it off, damaged it a little bit, but that's okay. It's the early spring or late winter. It's that kind of in-between time. So they're putting on a little bit of growth, but they're mostly in hibernation right now. So these plants have been underground primarily, and you can see the very green tip where it has been exposed to the sunlight. Anywhere that it has been underground until now is kind of white and pink, and then once it gets above ground, starts to green up, and you see what the adult leaves are going to look like and what the whole plant looks like. So after you've teased apart a clump of roots, and you need to see and make sure that there's something growing up the top, because you could put some roots in the ground and see if they go, but this is a guaranteed sign that it's growing and it's not just root. So then I filled up my pots, and I'm just going to make a little hole. Kind of semi-moist soil right now. I'm going to put a little hole, and I'm going to just sink it down in there. And again, these plants can be buried all the way up to their tips because that's where they were growing originally. I'm going to leave some of it out of the soil so that I can keep an eye on it, but there it is. Sorry, not a very good photographer here, but that's all I'm doing to divide my patch of St. John's wort into many little pieces. This is a great thing for you to do when you want to share with a friend. This early springtime when it's kind of dark and cold is a perfect time to do it, and it gives us a lot of hope for the future. So stay tuned for more videos. Happy homesteading.